How's it going, everybody? It's me, Shane. I'm here to give you my review of the season finale of Rurouni Kenshin 2023. This is episode 24, because we're about to go into 2024. Haha! It's entitled Meiji 11, May 14th. Before I go any further, don't fumble like I did. Hit that like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you can be notified of more reviews just like this one. If you want to support me even further, hit that link to the Patreon right there in the description below. We've come to the end, and it is every bit as emotional as I kind of figured it would be. You know, I've seen the discourse online of people just getting mad at Kaoru, and then I have to remember I'm in my 30s. There are people who are teenagers and early 20-year-olds who probably get annoyed with this, and they think of Sakura from Naruto, which is preposterous because Sakura could fight, and Sakura is written very poorly. Sorry, Kishimoto, it is what it is. Kaoru is a woman who is actually a really good swordsman, but here's the thing. How is she going to get between Saito Hajime, a literal legend, and Hikitori Batosai? Because that's who's fighting. That's not it's Kenshin, but it's not Kenshin. How is she going to get between them when Sanosuke couldn't fight Saito? When Saito was essentially powering himself down, he used a worse sword. He did his technique, and not even, I don't want to say the worst way, but he didn't do it at full power. Almost left that right there. Sanosuke couldn't deal with him. So chill, youngsters. And if you're not young saying that, chill. You're being ridiculous right now. So the ending of their fight, the only person that can bring it up was someone from that era, right? Oh goodness, I'm so bad with some of these names. Give me just hold on. Toshimichi Okubo. He is the last living of the Great Three. Revolutionary warriors who have the best interests of the country and the people at heart, which is the only reason why Saito hasn't slayed him, because he has not worked in self-interest. And even Kenshin confirms as such later on towards the end of it. So he knows that he was a good man, because if he wasn't a good man, well, Saito would have slayed him. A wolf is still a wolf, and I will get to that later, because I had to put some star stuff in there. It would have been too much for me to write, but we get several conclusions here. We get the conclusion of that politician that was, assassinating folks to assassinate him. Akamatsu, when he kind of shows up and he says, "Oh man, the Home Minister's here. I'm gonna book it." And later we see Hajime, which I still find it funny that the outfit underneath that policeman's jacket is just it's a t-shirt, literally a t-shirt. He finds them when dude says, "I'm running to Shanghai." Oh, there are safer places to hide than in Shanghai. Beheads him in one swing. Hell, for example. Like, if you need to know that if you behead him, if you look at the next frame, his head is over here, his body is over, his head is going to touch his feet. And he basically, he gets rid of the evil politician, which, hold on. Nope. Nope. I need to get to this part because the stuff that he said is so good. Okay, so obviously, what's this guy called? I don't even know the bad guy, the evil politician's name. But Mr. Evil Politician Man says, "I'll pay you whatever you want," and he does the same thing he did with Kenshin, putting his blade up to his hand like that, and tells him, he works for the was it not the proverb, but I instantly forgot. Just remember something I meant to say in my last review. But it's called evil immediate slaughter. That's what he works for. He says even if it's Okubo or any other person, if they work in self-interest and bring calamities to the people of this nation, I'm gonna slay them. Matter of fact, the thing that he's annoyed with is that it seems that the imperialists think that they created the Meiji era all by themselves, when those who are on the side of the shogunate, they helped make this era as well with their loss, with them losing life. And he's obedient as a government spy so he can get rid of all of the mites that are just trying to make something for themselves in this new era. he still as an obligation to the Shinsengumi that lived before him. Before he this guy, he tells him, you can own a dog with food, own people with money, but no one can own the wolves of Mibu. Dead. A wolf is a wolf, Shinsengumi, Shinsengumi, and a Hikitori is a Hikitori. Right, Batosai? As he does his little, evil smirk. Which, yeah, I'm going to get to Kenshin's farewell speech in a minute, but that doesn't end any of this. The minister, Okubo-san, sits down and Kenshin tells him, you're going to tell everyone here, his people, what's going on. And I like the fact that in order to get himself out of, Batosai mode, punches himself in the face. Because he's basically like, he's like, quit all that daydreaming. How dare. Punch himself in the face. Like, you need to tell everyone here. Essentially, the guy who I've been telling y'all is going, it's interesting with these 90s anime and manga, right? And the closest thing I can compare Rurouni Kenshin to is Yu Yu Hakusho. Now, look, people are going to tell you that Chapter Black is the best saga of Yu Yu Hakusho. They're wrong. They're the same people who do the whole Die Hard as a Christmas movie. Look, if you think it's the best one, that's fine. But too many people are trying to unanimously say it is, and it's not. The Dark Tournament is the best arc of Yu Yu Hakusho and one of the best arcs of all of shonen anime, period. This Kyoto arc with Shishio Makoto. For some reason, I remember they call him Wakamori in the English one a long time ago. Maybe that's a Mandela effect type of thing. But this Kyoto arc right here is one of the best arcs of all of manga, all of anime. And it's made even better with this remake because they have cut out the fluff. There's the comedy that we got in our 1997, 1996. While I love it and I appreciate it, they've reduced it down to where it is not overbearing, where it makes sense, where it's funny. And here we get to the point. We get to the point where, some of the fights are fast, but I got a feeling we're going to drag out some of these other fights, right? Especially the Kyoto arc. Because boy, oh boy, this stuff is good, y'all. We're getting there. We're finally getting there. Shishio Makoto. Let's talk about Shishio for a second before I tell you my 2 cents on him. Shishio is the successor to Kenshin being Hikitori Batosai. Once Kenshin stepped out into the light, he went through a phase where he was the shadow slayer. I'm gonna slay everybody while I'm in the shadows. Okay, I have to start protecting the troops now. So I'm gonna take a step forward. Yeah, it is I, Hikitori Batosai. Tell all your guys, Shinsengumi or otherwise, you try to take any of these warriors, you gotta step up to me. Shishio filled that role from the shadows. No one knows what he looks like. No one really knows who he is. That is how he did things. And when the era was ending and had been won to become the Meiji era, they decided to get rid of him. And it's not an unusual thing, which is what Okubo says. That's how they do things. They get rid of someone who would be a detriment to the new era, because the type of assassinations he did, the type of information he knows upon building the Meiji era could send it all crumbling, and Japan would be his plaything. Direct quotes I am doing from my mind. I am great. Pat myself on the back. But yes. So what do they do to this man? Well, if you're able to zoom in here, which I apologize, I wish, don't worry. I'm probably going to have Shishio be the thumbnail, possibly. When they thought they killed him, they poured oil on his body and burned him. But he did not die. Everything that is good, he's running Kyoto from the shadows, and he has gotten traitorous people have joined his group, such as the young man that we see in this episode who is so annoying. So annoying. I hated him in the original. Here's a spoiler because you're not going to remember this by the time the episode comes out. When he fights Kenshin, this kid fights Kenshin to learn one of Kenshin's techniques that he's going to use against Shishio. And the kid goes, I'm going to tell him, by the way, this is how the technique work. I'm all messed up now. Because Kenshin doesn't kill. But such a rat snitch. I hate this kid so much. I digress. Shishio has an army. Every time they send someone in to try to take care of them, they're eradicated. They don't hear back from the groups of people. And he's going to be a problem. So essentially, and this is when the family steps up, Kaoru's like, so you want Kenshin to assassinate this dude, but you do realize that while Hikitori Batosai can take care of this is Kenshin Himura, who is sworn to never kill again. And of course, we get a nice little exchange between Sano and, I guess the captain that's right underneath Okubo-san. I think his name's Kawaja. He's arguing because Sanosuke is like, yeah, you're trying to rope Kenshin into this when this is technically the mess that, once again, corrupt government's done. Yeah, you should burn it all to the ground. It all should be messed up. Who cares, right? And the guy's going, well, no, the only thing that Sano is sad about is that innocent people is going to be roped into this. Because once there's discord and unrest, they're, raiders, people are going to get hurt. Just like 10 years ago in the Bakamatsu, people are going to get hurt. And while they're fighting, I love that Yahiko, while he is the youngest here, literally goes, look, I don't understand a lot of this, but I do understand this, that it could have easily been Kenshin here that you guys tried to get rid of if he was any different than who he is right now. And the guy's like, yeah, that's true. It shuts up Kawaja, essentially, because the problem with Shishio is, unlike Kenshin, Shishio has desires and ambitions. He wants to be more. He took on that role of the shadowy Hikitori because he wanted his skills to be on display. He wanted people to see how great he is. And there's issues with folks like that, folks who have higher ambitions. That's why you got to get rid of them, right? But they failed. They failed miserably. Kawaj, this jerk, he even says, well, look, we'll pay you handsomely. As a matter of fact, we'll forgive some of the legal stuff that's going on, like Megumi over here, her having dealings with the opioid thing. And she goes, no. If you're going to try to use me as a shackle for Ken-san, you can go ahead and throw me in jail and kill me or whatever. I'm not going to let you use me in that way to get him to do your dirty deeds. And the family puts their foot down. They say, we are not going to let him leave. And Okubo shuts his guy up and says to Kenshin, look, give it a week. Think about it for a week. I'll come back May 14th. You let me know. Y'all, shit hit the fan. Because the week came and Kenshin was going to meet him there. And I was thinking to myself, oh, he going to run away without saying goodbye. Kenshin's not that kind of guy. I apologize, Kenshin. He's just, Okubo. He's in charge of the whole entire country. I should meet him. He's busy. Well, unfortunately, that kid that I don't like gets there to the carriage, sends a message to... I don't understand the point of sending a message. We're going to kill the guy, right? Sends a message going, hey, it was smart trying to get, Hikitori to face me, Hikitori Batosai, but yeah, no, I'm going to win. Basically, I'm going to win. Kills him. Some guys who come out from the old era that are pissed off with this dude kill his driver, discover his dead body, and they go, well, no, since we don't know who it is, it's us who did it. Yeah, choppity, chop. It's dumb. It's dumb. Just, I hate to call certain lands thinking because that's how some people of a certain ilk think, but it's so dumb, right? So dumb. And of course, Kenshin sees the body. The little kid whispers in his ear, you should ignore all this as well. Me. And it leads to Kenshin having a meeting with Kawaja and Saito where the prime minister, the person that's in charge of Yokohama, I'm pretty sure that's Yokohama. Give me a second, guys. I apologize because I've been on a roll here lately. My tooth. Oh, there was a funny moment that I don't want to forget either. But there's a person. Hold on, Kawash. And I don't remember. By the way, I don't remember any of this, so this is fantastic for me. Governor of Fukushima, Suri Yamayoshi. He's the last person to talk to Okubo-san, right? And we see the flashback, and he says, "Well, flashback. It takes 30 years to build a nation." To build an era in a nation, you need 30 years. The first phase is 10 years. And he says, I'm willing to do anything I can in this next 10 years to just lay this foundation down, because the next 10 years after that, that's for the youth, that's for the kids, that's the building blocks. And he wants Japan to be a nation state. What is a nation state? Well, Saito tells us a nation state is where the people are in charge of their destiny, instead of the authoritarians or the authorities, which is the police and the police state and things like that. It's a nation state. Not really, I don't want to say democracy. It's not really democracy, or what's that word that people like to throw around that they don't know the meaning of, or socialist state. It's just the people are in charge of their destiny. No one is telling them what they have to do. And that's the type of man Okubo was deep down in his heart. They fought for free land, they won, and that's what they're trying to make it. And so Saito and Kenshin have another conversation where Saito says, well, he's the last one. All of the bottom feeders are just gonna come out from this. And the bad part is, in that chaos, because people who look out for themselves ruin a country. Art imitating life. Shishio's going to make his move. There's no way he's not going to make his move to usurp the country and ruin everything. And this is where I think this is part of how Kenshin based his decision. When we have this nice farewell speech, very beautifully done. I love it when animes, I don't care if it's the last episode, the second last episode, where your ending song blends in with your ending scenes. I love it so much because we get that here, where Sanosuke walks Megumi home. By the way, extra pamphlets went out about Okubo being murdered, right? And Kenshin says, yeah, no, the real culprit is Shishio. I can't just let him go, just walk around. And she's like, so you're going to go, but are you going to kill him? He's like, I don't know. But here's the thing. Ever since I've been here, stuff has happened. You've been captured. Our friends have been captured. There are people in this world, whether it's old Shinsengumi, whether it's people who are upset with the era we're in, they're all going to keep coming after me. They don't really care that I'm a Rurouni, that I'm a wanderer, that I've sworn not to kill. They still have a grudge against me. So I'm not allowed to stay here anymore. And it's so sad. And Yai goes to sleep. He's a kid. He's asleep. And on top of that part, the calming days, he thought he could be an ordinary swordsman and not a manslayer. But with each fight, he gets right back into that. He became a manslayer for a second to save her from Jine. And then he became a manslayer again when he's fighting Saito. And she says, but, you turned back both times. He said, yeah, this time was different, though, because you called me and I came back. But this time your voice couldn't reach me. And that's where the whole Saito, a Hikitori is Hikitori. Yeah. And that's the critical difference. And he hugs her, right? He hugs her and says, thank you. You made me believe I could be more. Thank you for having me stay here. I don't want to have you all roped into danger at every single moment. And, he is a Rurouni and he's going to wander once again. And I like the thing Kenshin says, because he thinks about this before he comes home, because we see him on a bridge after all that craziness. And he goes, the time is flowing once again, and he has to flow once again. She of course, he lets her go. She drops her knees and cries, and that's, before I go into how they ended the episode, because this is the sad one. He's walking away. We do have a funny part. I'll mention this funny part here, where the morning of this day of May 14th, when he has to decide everything, And they tell him, well, if Okubo was bad, Saito would slay him because, pardon me, he bears his fangs for evil immediate slaughter. And in the darkness where the sun doesn't shine, we see an image of him in the past and with the blue coats and everything. And when Yahiko tries to say he's a government dog, he's like, no, he's really not. He'll slay you if you have bad intentions. And all of them hate him, and all of them hate him, and that's the funny part. Kenshin goes, even though this is kind of a thing we kind of share, I still can't be friendly with him. And all of them, Kaoru included, Sanosuke, Yahiko, and Kaoru all say, yeah, we hate that guy. And when Saito's trying to eat his cold soba, and he sneezes 4 times, and the lady goes, oh, Mr. Fujita-san, you gotta be careful, take care of yourself. He's like, yes. That means someone is speaking ill of me. Even in this era, the Shinsengumi are made to be hated. Hilarious. That is what I mean by the funny parts. Appropriate. They're funny when they're appropriate. We don't have giggling funny moment now when a man has been assassinated, or when this touching heart to heart moment between Kenshin and Kaoru. No funny moments there. But I love this ending because then we are treated to sound bites of the future. And we have a great moment where Kenshin finally meets Shishio, and he goes, no honorifics? Is that how you're gonna meet your predecessor? Not your predecessor. Yeah. Is that anyway for a predecessor to greet their successor? And you get you get that image right there of the man wrapped up with his evil grin. Especially throughout this whole episode, when we just get the silhouette of Shishio, and Shishio essentially looks like Kojiro from what's it called? Last Samurai, the SNK games with Homaru. I told you Homaru is another one that does the upturned blade thing like Saito, Last Blade is definitely inspired by several sword animes, including Ninja Scrolls, Rurouni Kenshin. There's no way anyone can tell me otherwise. Not just with the historical figures, but with all the animes that were around in the 90s at the time. 100%, because that silhouette hair looked too much like Kojiro, who was the red haired swordsman, mind you, in Last Samurai. Yeah. Shishio is easily in my top 10 of all anime villains. Like, he is that dude. He is above Aizen, because everybody loves Aizen. He's above Aizen. He's as annoying as Naraku. Dude is as cool as Hao from Shaman King. I'm gonna finish up Shaman King too. I promise you that. Shishio, just as cool as cool as younger Toguro, just as deadly. I'm looking forward to the next 24 episodes whenever we get them. Whenever it comes back. This was good. This was really good. My initial feelings upon watching this is I was going to give it a 5. I'm going to give it a 4 because it's not. I'll give it a 4.5. Haha. Yeah, I know it seems like I'm waffling, but I'll give it a 4.4. It's between that and a 5 because this is a good setup. This is a nice little cliffhanger. It gives you the feel it is romance through and through, and it just gives you the feeling of, oh man, he really gonna leave her? Spoiler, Kaoru's gonna show back up. He ain't gone. He's not going, y'all. Come on. You think Sanosuke is gonna let him leave like that? Pshaw, no. But this was a good way of ending something and making people intrigued. I've seen folks say, like I told you earlier, they never watched the original, but they're glad they're watching this. This is great. This is amazing. 4.5 out of 5. I'm enjoying it. So that's such a good way of introducing a villain without having them to just be there. So good. Yeah. Can't wait. What did you think of the episode? What did you think of the season finale? What did you think of the series? This series, I remember when Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood first came out, and I said, man, I want other shows to have like a good Brotherhood remake, getting rid of all the filler and stuff. I was mostly thinking about Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, because Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, the manga, oh, it's actually right over there. I'm looking right at it. I need to finish those volumes too. But Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, especially the manga version, fantastic, great. And when Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood came out, and so a lot of things are different, but really does capture the essence of who the characters are. Things being different from the original anime, they capture the essence of who these characters are. I'm so glad we were able to revisit this. So I have a lot more hope for what I call One Piece Brotherhood. I'm seeing them again with a new shiny coat of paint and making sure things are how they are in the manga. I'm all for that. This was a great, great show. All in all, I'll give the show a 5 out of 5, right? There's really not, I can't point to a bad episode. There's no filler in here. So the series gets a 5 out of 5 from me, even with this 4.5 episode where it's kind of like, okay, you knew Kenshin would join, but it does such a good job of swerving you to get there. Does a good job of swerving you to get there. So good job. Good job. Let me know what you think in the comment section down below, please. Don't forget to hit that like button and hit the subscribe button so you can get, more videos like this. Matter of fact, if you hit the notification bell, it'll tell you when more of my anime reviews are up. Everyone, have a happy new year. Thank you for joining me on this journey and watching the revitalization of, well, my favorite manga of all time, right? And one of my favorite anime of all time. Please be good, be blessed. Drink responsibly tonight. If you do other things, and a little bit of the eatables, wink wink, do that responsibly as well. All right. Be good to yourselves, be good to others. Either way it goes, don't be a jerk. Stay safe out there. And remember, there are people out there that care about you. Reach out to someone, talk to someone. There are people out there that would rather talk to you today than to miss you and mourn you tomorrow. Hey. Be kind to your mind. I wish I had a way I can get this in reverse. Be kind to your mind. All right? Above all other things, I cannot wait to see you guys again. Gonna be finishing up Skeleton tonight. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna have a New Year's Eve video that you can watch after this one. I'll tell you some of my plans. So until next time, I cannot wait to see you guys. Hita Mitsurugi. I'll see you next time.